Hey there everyone, welcome back to another episode of Planet Coaster. Today it is time for Planet Coaster number 14, and as you can see we are back watching over the area that we have created in the last episode, and you can see that a bunch of people are now roaming around in this area. We have got this right over here, which I forgot the name of, the Hyperspin, which is doing fantastic. We've got the kickflip with some guests in here as well, and then we've got our little ride, the Ferris wheel over here, which hasn't got any guests on there at all. And that I find quite strange, because this is such a cool ride. And one thing why there's no one coming onto this ride, I think, is that they think that the queue is way too long for some reason. I guess because they have to walk all the way around this way and then onto this ride. I don't know, let's see. I thought some people said that this ride queue was way too long. So let's see if these people over here are not gonna go into this ride. Wait, they are? Okay, no, let's see. Ferris wheel is too expensive. Okay, that is not what I wanted. The following people, they don't go as well. $4 is too expensive. Alright, well, screw you guys. $3.80 it's gonna be. Let's see if they will accept it now. Come onto our ride. It looks so good though. It looks so good. Alright, here we go, and people are still not gonna go into there. Park entry cost much. Why does park entry cost so much? Let's see, how expensive is our park entrance? $15, they called it expensive? Wow. Oh, it's per guest. Okay, well, if they feel like that's expensive, then we'll drop it down to you can make up for that money, of course, and the rides themselves. Okay, good, but ladies and gentlemen, while we have done that, there is still some part in this area I wish to finish up. And that is with this little castle entrance over here. So as you can see, the building number 13, which we're now gonna rename to castle entrance, isn't looking too good here. It's just standing there. There's no path connecting this area up to this Fairytale area over here. So I think we should change that today in this episode. Now, for starters, I think that this ground isn't plain level. It seems like there are a little bit of hills and bumps in there, so we're just gonna grab a brush and smooth it out a little bit. Oh, intensity, make that I don't know, 44%, and make the area just a little bit larger. Right, something like that. And I don't know, for some reason I think that this building over here is out of its place and should actually be standing over here, which I think looks a lot better in this area as the main entrance to the park. Or we can do it even better and we can place it further back over here. I don't know. I think it's still too big, but let's just keep it here for a while. And wow, look at how many guests there are in this area of our park. Holy cow. Okay, no, we're not gonna do that. We're just gonna add in a little path through this area over here. And should we do it over here? Yeah, why not? We're gonna place down this thing right there. I'm gonna grab a path, which is gonna go right through the middle. There you go, something like that should be fine. And then we're gonna move it to the correct spot. Yay, like that. Incredible. Or should we do it more further back? Something like this. Yeah, that should be better. Now, the next thing that we're gonna do is grab our terrain editor and we're gonna pull it out a bit so that we can create some sort of a hillside along the line like here. So we can fence off the fantasy area from this main area over here without it being too noticeable. So what we're gonna do is grab our pulling brush, increase the intensity to about something like that, drop down the brush size, and then we'll just draw a little bit organic, something along the lines like this. Still leaving enough room so we can add some sort of a ride in here if we wish to do so. Like that. And while we're at it, we can move some of these autumn trees out of the way here for a second so we can do some better terrain editing.
5 hours later.
And there you go, everyone. It's something like this that looks quite alright. And I've added in a hill that did some roughening up on the sides here. And finally I added in some trees here to finish things off. And it looks quite alright in my opinion. I think it looks great. And over here we've got some mostly trees. And at the castle here I've also added in some bushes, as this is where people walk. So these are the smaller details that we're gonna fill it up with, of course. And on the other side I still have to do some work. As you can see, it's quite empty in here, but while we're at it, I'm gonna place down a ride which belongs in this area, and I think it's this one over here, the Magic Twirl, cannot speak, and it looks like we don't have enough room to place it down in here, as the path is not curving around too much. So yeah, I want to place it down in here, as it is going to be part of this area over here, and it looks kind of sinister because of the, you know, the woman, the witch, or whatever you can call it, which sits on top there. So I think we should put this over here and make this new area after the Dragon Quest part of this dark forest. And as you can see over here, I've actually added in a little small tree. It is standing here for quite a long time already, but we actually haven't seen this part of the area quite yet, as the most of the action is happening along this side over here. And we're now finally expanding a bit more to the right or further back into the park. And we've still got a large area to go through, and that's gonna be quite insane, I think. But anyways, what we're gonna do now is reroute the path, add in the Magic Twirl, and we will add in the queue and the exit in there right away. This is not something that is very special, so I'm just gonna do it in a very simple jump cut. And voila everyone, we are back. Everything is looking beautiful. I've added in a bunch of dead witch trees and spooky trees in here to spooken up the area, and I think it is working out quite nicely here. So we can actually raise this up a little bit so we can see more of the tree. There you go, and ooh, the sound that is making is very ominous. And as you can see, I think this is turned out quite good. We've still got enough area here to expand our central area. Maybe we can even create some sort of a house in here, who knows? Who knows what we can do with that area. It seems like we can fit in maybe even a track right in there. No, we're getting a bit ahead of ourselves. Let's look at that later. So let's just do a little show around. As you can see, I've added in all of the fences over here, and wow, this one is definitely not in the right place. So let's fix this one up. And I quite like how it works. I didn't bother and fix everything up as it should be. So I just placed down a bunch of pillars in here and made them look kind of alright. Because, you know, the small details like this isn't what bothered me anyway. So, yeah, I think it looks good. And over here, you can see that the Magic Twirl is looking alright. And we are going to make sure that the colors are a little bit more better. So we're going to go over here into customize, and we're gonna make sure that the colors are alright. So there you go everyone, the cars are looking much better than they did before, and I think this is looking quite nice. And by the way, we are also going to recolor this thing over here, the whirly rig, as we haven't done this one yet, and it looks absolutely horrible, the color scheme, so we're just gonna fix it up right away. There you go, something like this should look quite good. I think the colors suit very well with the Uzuwuzu Q building. And yeah, speaking of the Uzuwuzu, we haven't recolored this thing as well, so maybe we can even do that as well while we're at it. So this looks a lot better than it did before. As you can see, we've added in some darker tints to the area, also a darker red color, And I think it suits a lot better with the forest in the background here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And we're gonna sometime return to the Uzubuzu as well, as I want to build some sort of a building on top of this station over here. As right now it is looking quite empty and ugly, and I don't think it is looking that good. So we are gonna definitely come back somewhere in the future. And here I actually added some trees along this area over here, and I actually left this area over here open so that it looks like this is some sort of a viewing point where you can view the Dragon Quest Canyon with the castle in the background. And I think this is looking amazing, this view. This is definitely one of the best views we have here in the park. So we can see the dragon here in the background. And by the way, we also have another dragon which we can put in here at some point in time. But I don't actually know where to put it, as we don't have that much space left. So I have to figure that out at some point in the future, and we can make the Dragon Quest even better. So here we are, everyone. The ride is now opened and up for business. As you can see, the Magic Troll is now set to $3 per ticket, as it is not that good, the ratings. They are 1.95, 1.96, 1.33 for nausea. So ooh, wait, maybe I can just hide myself here and you can see it for yourself. Not good, these values. They are not very, very good. But that doesn't really matter, as long as we are getting some money out of it, then it should be fine. So what we're gonna do next is add it into our work roster so our staff knows where to come to if they need to fix it in. And after that, we will add in some benches and parks and bins in here so that people won't litter the place and make it look very, very ugly. So there you have it, everyone. As you can see, a lot of people are now going into our park, or into our new ride, the Magic Troll, and it is starting to look quite nice. And wow! Holy cow, she got some big balls on her head, man. Wow, wow, wow.
I never heard that one before.
Okay, so I think that we should add in some things around here to finish things off, and then we can call this episode done. Because I have actually done quite a lot, even though it doesn't seem like I have done that much. Because this takes time, doing the queue, you know, the queue, oof. That is one long timely process. And over here, renaming everything, getting more trees into this area, that all takes time. So what we're gonna do lastly for this episode is actually get a little bit more of a decoration going on in this area, as I think it is looking very empty at the moment. So let's go over to my blueprints and see if I've got any small building that can fit in here. Wow. Damn. That is one magnificent castle, which I can definitely use at some point in time for maybe even another entrance. Holy shit, that is beautiful. Okay, so let me do some browsing, and then I'll be back in just a couple of seconds. Okay, so I found a building which can look quite good within this area as a proper entrance to the Fairytale district, and woof, look at it. It is two large spiral towers which can fit in here extremely nicely. So let's just place it like so, place down like so, and man, oh man, oh man, doesn't that look great? Holy moly moly. And I think it does look great over here as well in the main area, as this definitely speaks like Fairytale, like adventure, you know. But we're gonna divide the Fairytale up into two main areas. So over here we've got the village area, over here we've got the castle area, so another type of village, I guess. And in here I think we should add in some sort of a dark forest where we have the most crazy, horrifying things going on, you know. 500 kilometers per hour roller coasters going on to your left, right, and center. Have some weird thrill rides in there which throw people up into the air, up and down. You know, we're gonna create a very special forest out of this area, and I think that should look very nice in here. And so the more peaceful side on your left and the more weird action side on the right, and that is exactly the same thing that is going to happen over here as well. So in the middle we've got the more, you know, casual rides, and over on the right we've got the extreme thrill rides, which are gonna go into our new fantasy, or no, I'm sorry, our science fiction sci-fi area. So that is gonna be very, very exciting, of course. Right now, let me just get some more of these things going on here, you know, fix it up a bit, add in some more decoration to finish things off, and then we can call this episode done. There you have it, everyone. Doesn't that look amazing? So as you can see, I've added in quite a lot of scenery to make this work, and over here I've added in a bunch of rocks so we can break up the view a little bit, break up the plainness of the area. And as you can see, I've also added in a bunch of foliage on the ground to make it more lifelike. Some driftwood over here, and also some flowers and other trees in here to finish things off. And I think this looks absolutely stunning, and we're gonna create a screenshot over here while we're at it. So something like this. Let's just press T so I have better camera control. And F12. There you go. That looks amazing. So I think that is about it for this episode of Planet Coaster. It's been nice playing here again. So episode number 14, we've done quite a lot. And look at how big this park is already after just 14 episodes. After just 14 episodes, we have managed to fill in about the quarter of the map. And I'm probably gonna fill up about the half. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do the whole map. Who knows? Who knows what we'll bring in the future, of course. But these episodes are going to be a little bit shorter from now on. I'm going to try and focus my mind on one piece at a time. So I don't want to try and bite off more than I can chew, of course, so that the episodes become more enjoyable to watch and I don't work my ass off all day. But I think that's a right choice for me, and I think we have done quite a lot already in this episode. We have added in a new ride which is doing quite good, so let's see. Hey, and we're making a profit as well, so that is of course better. And we've also added in another entrance for the Fairytale area. So yeah, I'm quite happy with the progress that we have made today. And I hope you did too. So please leave a like if you did so, and make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, so that you won't miss the other episodes of the Planet Coaster series. The NOCV-park is starting to come together nicely, everyone. So on that note, I'll stop this episode. My name is Mr. IQprof, and as always, I'll see you in another video. Goodbye!